we observe both an end and a beginning. Like our class motto states, our lives are before us, our pasts are behind us, but our memories are forever with us. It is at this moment in time that we must pause, be grateful, and thank our families, teachers, coaches, school staff, and friends who have encouraged, supported, and loved us through these past 4 incredible years here at Yuba City High School. We are blessed to have these people who have so ably guided us to where we are today. Our school mascot, the Canadian goose, or more commonly known around this area as the honker, is a fascinating creature, and for many reasons. There are many lessons we can learn from the honker and apply them to our own lives. For instance, teamwork, leadership, friendship, and trust. With the coming of fall each year, millions of geese migrate to our majestic area to spend the winter. Their spectacular migration in the autumn and their departure in the spring are not so different from the cycle of graduating classes at Yuba City High School. Just like in a flock, when the baby goslings hatch, all of the adult geese share the responsibility of looking after the babies. We too, the class of 2014, grew from being awkward freshmen to experienced seniors and excelled as a whole class once we melded trust, determination, and optimism into our common goal of becoming one strong flock. Hopefully, these qualities have inspired our underclassmen to continue to go forth and make Yuba City High School proud. Many fall mornings you can look up and see geese form a giant V across the sky. This teamwork helps each bird fly further than if he was flying alone. When the head honker gets tired of being the leader, he simply moves back in the V and allows a new leader to direct the flock on their journey. Similarly, each one of us here could not have made it to where we are this evening without the support system of each other. The demands and discipline our teachers, coaches, and Yuba City High School staff expected from us gave the chance to prove ourselves. However, we quickly learned that to be a strong class, we needed to be cooperative. Sheer brawn was not nearly enough, nor was just brains. It was necessary to strive for both in order to achieve a common goal of having a unified and supportive class unit. Honkers have very devoted affections for others in their group or gaggle. If one honker gets sick, wounded, or shot, it is not uncommon for a couple of other geese to drop out of formation and follow the ailing goose down to help and protect him. They will honk loudly and stretch their necks out to guard their friend. Likewise, over the past 4 years, I've witnessed friendships cemented by deep feelings of admiration and respect for our fellow classmates. During our high school years together, we have forged friendships and enjoyed many entertaining experiences together. Some of my personal highlights have been annihilating River Valley this year in football. Never winning homecoming float building nor hall decorating, even though our class clearly should have been victorious over the underclassmen. The samosa stampede at the food fair. The crazy brown mob showing our honker pride at YC sports games. And let me please forget the torturous school projects, Heart of Darkness and Hamlet in particular. This year for English. Side note, that's why I'm majoring in psychobiology in college. These crazy events brought our class together and made our high school years a unique, instructive, and pleasant chapter for us all. Because through these experiences, all 386 seniors became a unified flock, known as the class of 2014. For it is with great tenacity, collaboration, direction, and harmony that we have now reached our ultimate goal and the reason why we are here this evening, to graduate from Yuba City High School. We have had so many joyful memories here at YC, but it is now our moment to spread our wings and glide gracefully into our futures, which will be full of exciting challenges and infinite possibilities. My hope for you, the class of 2014, is that each and every one of your dreams will always stretch out before you and be greeted by the warm sunrise of your tomorrows, just like our honkers migrating to their new home. As these final hours of high school come to a close, please reflect upon the positive past memories, but also look forward to a future ones ahead, so that when we soar into our 50th high school reunion, we may fondly remember this exact moment in time. I will leave you with a quote from one of my favorite movies that shall resonate not only with my classmates, but also with their parents, as this movie came out when many of them were graduating in high school in the 80s. The quote is from Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Life moves pretty fast. If you don't stop and look around once in a while, you can miss it. Good luck, congratulations, and spread your wings. Thank you.
I'm grateful to be here today, as we all are, and I'd like to thank all the teachers, administrators, faculty, parents and guardians, and fellow students that have led us to where we stand right now. Today, we're all here to celebrate the achievements of all the hardworking students sitting in these here seats. For some, the trip here was a challenge, and for others, a cakewalk. However, we're not here to celebrate how easy or hard these 4 years have been, but rather to recognize this transition in our lives. From childhood to adulthood, hopefully, from dependent to independent, from past to future. The big decisions, what to study, where to work, whom to vote for, and so on, all lie in front of us. Eventually, the road of life splits, and we meet that dreaded fork in the road. We weigh each path's pros and cons, then make our decision, knowing fully there's no way back. Later, we look where we end up and think about the road not taken. Sometimes with triumph, sometimes with regret. But if I can leave you with any token of advice tonight, it is that you should all live life how you want to live it, not what you have been told by your peers, parents, or politicians. Life is too grand a gift to be spent doing what is routine. Follow that road that leads to true, unadulterated happiness for yourself and others around you, because living a long, happy life without regrets is all we can truly ask for. Now, if I may finish by quoting the last lines of Dr. Seuss's "Oh, the Places You Will Go." So, class of 14, be your name Buxbaum, or Bixby or Bray, or Mordecai Alley, Van Allen O'Shea, you're off to great places. Today is your day. Your mountain is waiting, so get on your way. Today is our day, so let's go celebrate. Congratulations, class of 2014, and peace.
You know, a lot of people say that high school was the best time of their life. And as a freshman, I used to always respond, well, I'm sorry to hear that. High school is what it is. It's full of triumphs and failures, frustrations, blood, sweat, and tears. It's easy and it's hard. It lasts way too long and way too little time. And at the end of high school, I can almost agree with that sentiment. High school is full of rewards as well as letdowns. And we stand here tonight posed to move on to another step. Some of us will go on to college, some of us to the military, some of us to trade schools, some to jobs, and some to a million other places. It's a change, and so it's scary. We honestly don't know quite what's coming next for the first time in our lives. Life changes. But life gets better. High school, for most of us, was better than middle school. I can safely say that, right, guys? And despite the trials of middle school, in some ways it was still better than elementary school. College will also be better than high school as we learn both independence and whatever field we choose to study. And assuming we continue to do our best and strive as hard as we can, life tends to get better and better as we get married, have kids, and eventually take those kids to school as the cycle repeats. Life changes and gets better, but it also stays the same. At some point, most of us have heard this phrase, everything I needed to know, I learned in kindergarten. And to a certain extent, that's certainly true. Personally, and I'm sure most of us would agree that we like knowing how to read and we like knowing how to count. But we learned how to play fair with the toys, and that's something we need to know throughout our lives as we share staplers, printers, hole punchers, and desks. But the most important lesson from kindergarten, of course, is to always look both ways before you cross the street. In kindergarten, I wrote a code of honor for a castle project I did. And it had just a few rules for life under my reign. These included play nicely, follow the laws, give people mercy if you can, and most importantly, don't tell boring stories. Because, as you may well find out tonight, there's nothing worse than a long-winded and boring speech or story, which I suppose means I should probably hurry up. So, in conclusion, I leave you with this. Play nicely. Don't hit the other kids. And don't tell boring stories. And finally, high school may have been fun for you or terrible for you. It may have been way too long or way too short. It may have been the easiest thing you've ever done or the hardest or more likely somewhere in between. But I would like to say this. Keep striving, keep trying, keep working to the best of your ability, and life will continue to get better. Life doesn't end tonight. Thank you and congratulations to the class of 2014.
I'd like to start off by thanking our Yuba City High School teachers, staff, and administration on behalf of the class of 2014 for making this amazing night possible. Also, a huge thanks to the friends and family of the class of 14. Without all of you, none of us would be in the position we are today. I'm Andrew Kornatzer, ASB President of Yuba City High School. I once saw a sign that read, "Life is not measured by the number of breaths we take, but by the moments that take our breaths away." The quote reminded me of the breathtaking class to my right. The class that had our breaths stolen as our football team stunned the world twice, against St. Mary's and again against Grant the following week. The same class that stood up and fought for our rights when the district tried to take our hats away. Now, as we step across the threshold into our new lives, I encourage my fellow graduates to not only remember these breathtaking moments, but also to seek more in their future. They say high school is the best 4 years of your life, but knowing my classmates, I doubt we'll let that hold us back from enjoying more moments that take our breaths away in our futures. For our future is one of greatness. These graduates are destined to steal the breath of people wherever they may go. In the near future, we will face trials and adversities, and we will fail at times. But those brief moments of failure mean nothing, as we will learn from them. As famous NBA star Michael Jordan once said, "I failed over and over and over again in my life, and that is why I succeed." As we move on into the real world and leave the comfort of our adolescent lives, I encourage each and every one of my fellow classmates to never dwell on failure, because with the right attitude, that failure brings us one step closer to these breathtaking moments. I know that our futures are filled with them. Live them to the fullest, honkers.
Good evening. Good evening. My name is Laura Lush, and I am fortunate to work with a variety of student groups and classes here at Yuba City High School. Tonight, as we celebrate all of our graduates, we take additional pride in the achievements and commitments of the students among the class of 2014 who have earned additional honors. It is my sincere pleasure this evening to recognize these students. As faculty advisor for our chapter of the California Scholarship Federation, I am pleased to ask the CSF Life members of the class of 2014 to stand. The purpose of CSF is to foster high standards of scholarship, service, and citizenship in California's high school students. Membership is neither automatic nor compulsory,
Membership in CSF is an academic honor and privilege, and only those students meeting the statewide criteria are accepted. Yuba City High School's class of 2014 has 18 students honored tonight for meeting the requirements of CSF Life Member. To wear the golden stole and have the seal placed on their diploma and transcript, these students have been accepted for membership in CSF in at least 4 of their last 6 semesters of high school, including at least 1 term of membership during their senior year. Please join us in honoring these outstanding scholars. Thank you. I am also proud to be the Yuba City High School Honker Avid Coordinator and one of our Avid elective teachers. Avid also has students to recognize this evening. Will those students wearing the blue honor cord signifying Avid honors please stand? These students have participated in the Avid College Preparatory Program for a minimum of 2 years, including at least 1 semester of their senior year. Most of these students started their commitment to college in middle school. In addition to Avid classes, they have completed the California College and University entrance requirement of succeeding in the A through G content area courses and have completed a minimum of 100 hours of community service. Please join us in honoring these students who have pursued their college dreams. Thank you. Will the students wearing the white honor cord signifying the completion of the A through G content area course requirements please stand? The California State Universities and Colleges and the University of California have adopted a rigorous content area course requirement of a minimum of 15 college preparatory courses drawn from the areas of history and social science, English, mathematics, laboratory science, languages other than English, and the visual and performing arts, as well as other qualifying college preparatory electives. All A through G content area courses must be completed with a minimum of a C in order for students to be accepted as freshmen to a state 4-year college. The students before you have met this criteria. Please join us in congratulating these students. Thank you. Will the students wearing the black honor cord of the Yuba City Career Pathways program please stand? Yuba City High School offers career pathways in law enforcement, industrial design, engineering and design, auto body and repair, transportation, nutritional science, early childhood education, arts and media, and performing arts and entertainment. The students standing before you have met the criteria established for each of their respective industries by succeeding in both the coursework and additional requirements as outlined by the Tri-County Regional Occupational Program. Please join us in congratulating these students. Thank you. Will the students wearing the purple honor cord of the Yuba City High School Work Ready program please stand? Yuba City High School and the local business community have partnered to provide students the opportunity to earn a Work Ready certificate demonstrating that they have acquired the skills deemed necessary to enter the workforce. They possess the necessary tools for a smooth transition in post-secondary options of college, the workforce, or military service. The students standing before you have met these criteria. Please join us in congratulating these students. Thank you. Will the students wearing the gold, red, and black cords of the German Honor Society please stand? The German Honor Society is a national organization recognizing excellence and commitment to learning German. These students have taken 3 or 4 years of German and received only A's and B's in these classes while having a minimum of a 3.0 GPA in all other courses. The 4 students standing before you have earned this honor. Please join us in congratulating these students. Thank you. An additional honor is granted to those students who have earned the state seal of biliteracy, Will those students please stand? The state of California recognizes those students who have attained a high level of proficiency in both English and in a language other than English. These students have taken 4 years of a language other than English, have a grade point average of 3.0 or higher in that coursework, a minimum of 2.0 as an overall grade point average, and have proficient scores on the California Standards tests. The students standing before you will be recognized with an official seal on their diploma. Please join me in congratulating these students. Thank you. We are also pleased to recognize those students who are receiving the Golden State Seal Merit Diploma. Would these students please stand? To receive the Golden State Seal Merit Diploma, students must have earned scaled scores of 370 or above on 6 qualifying California Standards tests taken during their high school careers. These tests include English Language Arts, varying disciplines of mathematics, sciences, and can also include world history. These students have proven their content mastery and will receive their merit diplomas. Please join us in congratulating these students. Thank you. Will those students who have enlisted in the armed forces of the United States of America please stand? Each year, numerous honkers become members of the various branches of military service. We honor and respect their choices and wish them well as they embark on this challenging path. Please join us in thanking these young men and women for their commitment to service. Thank you. Will the Student of the Month Award recipients please stand? This group of students has been recognized by Yuba City High School staff members for their outstanding accomplishments, achievements, and citizenship that contribute to the overall culture and success of our school. These students are awarded certificates, awards booklets, and the medals you see them wearing tonight. They truly help make Yuba City High School a better place to be every single day. Please join us in congratulating these students. Thank you. And finally, will the Student of the Year please stand? This student is selected by a panel of Yuba City High School staff members based on academic achievements, athletic contributions, service to the community, and leadership qualities. The Student of the Year embodies the true spirit of a honker and quite appropriate considering the content of her speech. This year's recipient is Kendall Chime. Please join us in congratulating Kendall. Thank you all very, very much.
It is my honor to present to you the distinguished recognition of valedictorian. The honor of valedictorian represents that over the course of 4 years of high school, our honorees received the grade of an A in every single course taken. Our valedictorians are Kendall Elise Chime, Joshua David Kim, Stephen Samuel Wrongley, ladies and gentlemen, please join me in congratulating our 2014 valedictorians. We've come to the presentation of diplomas part of our program. But before we begin, I want to share a few departing thoughts to the senior class. I do not have a fancy farewell speech for our students. Rather, I want to read to you a few quotes from the voices of our graduates. But first, I need to give you a brief background. About midway through the semester, our seniors were informed of the opportunity to invite a special guest to the graduation ceremony. The special guest could be any educator from any time in their kindergarten through 12th grade years who had made a difference in their lives. But for the guest to be invited, our seniors had to write a brief essay explaining how this special guest had inspired them. Now, I want to introduce to you each of the guests by reading a few lines from the students' essays. My message to you graduates is in your own words. Listen closely. I ask that you hold your applause until I finish the introduction of all of our 9 guests. Miss Lisa Drummond. The student wrote, Lisa Drummond is my math teacher at Albert Powell High School that has honestly made a huge difference in my life. She may not know it, but she has. She has been there for me through my mistakes and lessons learned, and her honesty is what has driven me further and further towards success. Mr. Vince Pappas. The teacher that has made a huge difference in my life is Mr. Vince Pappas. Ever since I started at Yuba City High School, it has been his job to keep me on track to graduate and make sure I stayed out of trouble. Mr. Pappas is always willing to help me with school scholarships, have long inspiring talks about reaching my goals and never giving up. Miss Colleen Van Dusen. 2 students wrote about Miss Colleen Van Dusen. I could be having a horrible morning or day, and her talks during or after class with me brought a smile back on my face. She always influenced me to try my best. Consequently, I did. Just far in life, just knowing someone, especially a teacher, cares for me and has faith that I can go far in life is such an amazing feeling. The second student wrote, the one thing that sticks out to me the most in a lesson she taught us in her class is the phrase that says, it is not how hard you can hit, but how hard you can take a hit and keep moving forward. Miss C.C. Cobb. The person I nominate is my counselor, Miss Cobb. She made a difference in my life by keeping me motivated to do well in school. She has helped me keep my head up and not give up on any obstacle in my way. Miss Chelsea Thornton. Miss Thornton made a difference in my life because she is genuinely nice and a caring teacher. She also always encouraged me to never give up. Even when I did, she never gave up on me. Mr. Mike Busby. There are a lot of teachers that made a difference in my life throughout the years, but one teacher that particularly stands out is Mr. Busby. Math is not one of my strong subjects. However, Mr. Busby always pushed me to do, always told me to not give up. Rosa Montenegro. Mrs. Montenegro was the type of teacher who taught her students to try and not give up. Because if we try, we have a better chance to succeed than never have tried at all. She would encourage me to go a little further each time to achieve the highest grade in the class. Our last 2, Eduardo Bucio, academic advisor at Yuba City High School, has helped me more than anyone else I know. He has taught me to never give up on anything I truly want. And to me, that is one of the most important traits a person could have. And Miss Paul Vu. The person who made a difference in my life is Miss Paul Vu, my upward bound advisor. Paul was there to pull me up, back on my feet, and push me to overcome all the obstacles coming my way. She also was the one who managed to help me discover my self-motivation again and keep striving for my goals. Class of 2014, the message from me to you is in your very own words. You don't give up. Be grateful for the role models in your life, and be one